Hey, welcome back here on my channel Junifarben Illustration, and today we are talking about differences in proportions of a manga face and a realistic face. I am drawing in a realistic, semi-realistic style for about 10 years now, but before that I started off drawing mangas and anime figures and yeah. And then suddenly I fell in love with the art of Leonardo da Vinci, and then I decided I need to do this too. So from one day to another I changed my drawing style, and trust me, the first few weeks and even months were really painful. Everything I've drawn looked just like crap. Oh? I'm sorry, my hair is so wet. But what exactly are the differences between a face that is drawn in a realistic style and a face that is drawn in a manga style? This is the topic of the video, and without further ado, let's start. Boom. Oh no, just wait! If you'd like to see more videos here on my channel, then hit the subscribe button and don't forget to activate the bell so you won't miss future videos here. But now we can start. Boom. So, just a little disclaimer first. This is the way I draw faces, and of course I checked the basic proportion things before, and of course everyone does it a bit differently. And we are starting off with the realistic face, and just to make it look like I know what I'm doing here, I am using a ruler and I will draw some random lines. No, just kidding. So I am dividing my paper first into half, so this part for the realistic face and this part for the manga face. So now I am drawing a new line of 10 centimeters. If you like to draw along with me, we'll draw some kind of square. So 10 centimeters, and now we are dividing this into half, 5 and 5. Boom. Now we are dividing the lower part into half again, so 2.5. And then this part here again into half. So 1.25. Okay, so now I am starting off with a new pencil. So I am starting by drawing an oval shape. So this is the middle of the face. I just do it like this. There are also other artists, or basically all other artists I've seen, draw a circle first. So maybe something like this. And then adjust the thin part. But I'm used to drawing an oval shape, so this is the way I do it. Okay, now we basically know where every part of the face has to be. So half of the face are the eyes, half of the bottom part is the nose, and then half of the nose chin part is the mouth. For years I've started by drawing the eyes, but now I feel like it's easier to start with the nose, so let's just do that. I'm basically drawing some kind of triangle. So okay, this is now my nose, and then I will start with this eye here. And I have to deal with that issue that I can't draw the second eye. Okay, so basically you could now measure the width of the eye, so 1.8. Then I know where I have to start my second eye. So between the eye there could be, or there's enough space for a third eye. So this is another number you might want to remember. I also have to admit that I have drawn the eyes a little bit too low here. Okay, yeah, eyes do look a bit differently. So the eyes are not looking that good, but okay. So the mouth. Here's the middle of the mouth on this line. So there's also an orientation you can use for the mouth. So when you just measure where the middle of the eyes are. So according to some pictures that I found, the mouth should be as wide as the middle of the eyes are. But I always found this looks a little bit too strange for my current art style, and so I am not drawing it. I'm just drawing the mouth a bit smaller. And as I've also found myself that I am drawing the chin a little bit over the line here. So the outlines of the face is the last thing I currently do. So I start off with the chin. So basically you can just see where the mouth ends and at the chin part. Then I always draw some cheeks in here, and I am using this line here also. So I just show you how I do it. So then I add a little cheekbone here. I go to this point and then to the chin. And the same on the other side. So if you're wondering where you should start drawing the neck, then you can add a line from the end of the eyes down and there you go. And if I feel that it looks too strange, I would draw it a bit thinner, I think. So I basically see these advice just as guidelines and not as a natural law you just have to follow. They're giving me some orientation. Okay, let's do the ears. So basically the ears start from the eyebrow to the nose part. And yeah, there you basically go. So I will just add some shadows to it, that it doesn't look that boring. And then we can start off with the manga face and what are the differences between this face and the manga face. Oh, one tip I can give you too, I just found out recently. I always didn't know how I should draw the shoulders or how the width of the shoulders are. Then you just measure your head and go from the middle line to the side, and there you go. Here should end the shoulder portion. So basically like this. Yeah. For adding shadows, I can just give you some tips. So I found it really helpful that the middle of the mouth, so this line here, is the darkest, and the upper lip is always a bit dark too. So, okay, now we are done with our realistic face, and I know there are still some things off, so the eyes are looking a bit differently. But honestly, that's okay. If you look at real people, they are also having slightly different ears or eyes, and yeah, it's not all symmetrical. And just an important side note here, you don't have to measure everything in every of your drawing. I remember when I was in school and we had to do a self-portrait, I was so annoyed by all these measurements and it destroyed all my motivation to draw. So if you like to learn how to draw realistically, but you are afraid of all these lines here, then just ignore many of them first. Just do the basic measurements. So I would go with the separation half, 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 so that you know where are the eyes, where is the nose, and where is the mouth. And then you can add some more measurements later. So the distance between the eyes, or where I should start my neck, and where are the ears exactly. And yeah, remember, these are just guidelines. Everyone looks differently. And so it's okay to draw a little bit more in the way you want, and just to give you an idea how it is supposed to be. So now we are switching to the other side, and I will start off by drawing my box again. So, okay, now I will just transfer the guidelines from my other side. So half. The beginning looks exactly the same. I am drawing my oval shape here. Challenge here, getting the oval shape right. It looks a bit off, but let's see what we can do with it. So yeah, I'm starting off by drawing the nose, but here is already the first difference. The nose is drawn in a very reduced way. Of course, the styles are endless out there, but my manga style nose looks like this here. So then I'm starting with the eyes, and I feel like that in manga figures, the space or the area or the distance between the eyes and the nose is really reduced. So when my realistic eyes were situated here, I will just use this for the upper part of the eyes. And again, I have problems with drawing the second eye. So when I draw the mouth here, I also feel like that it looks better when I am not using this line here. So now we are doing the shape of the face, and basically I do it a bit like the realistic face. So, but I'm starting off by drawing this part here. Then I go to this line where the mouth is, and then just down. So the neck is way smaller in manga figures, I feel like. And also the ears are smaller. This is just first layer. I think I will add shadows first, and then we can really compare the differences between the manga figure and my realistic figure. So I'm now finished with my manga face, and what I found interesting is that it looked very strange when I positioned the mouth on the line it was supposed to be, because in my preparation for this video here I did another girl, and here you can see the mouth is where it's supposed to be. But what I've noticed is that the eyes are a bit bigger here in my other drawing, and that I really feel like that in manga faces everything has come more together to look cute. At least I like to do it this way, so there isn't much distance between the eyes, the nose and the mouth. So when we are looking at these figures now, you can really notice what are the main differences. So the eyes are much bigger, focus fully on the eyes, and also more like round shapes. I feel like that I like to draw round shapes when I draw manga girl. So the manga style is basically about exaggeration. So the eyes, basically the eyes, and simplification. The nose, the mouth, the ears. If I would draw really realistically, I wouldn't use lines. Realistic drawings are all about shadows, so there are no real lines. When you look at my hand, basically this isn't a line, this is just a different shadow on my hand. So yeah, in mangas you're using lines and outlines, but in realistic drawings basically you try to avoid this by using shadows, but this would take too much time. So I haven't done it. So the main problem that I had when I changed my style from a manga style to a realistic, semi-realistic drawing style was basically fighting my old habits. My new drawing style looked like crap, but basically it was just unusual for me to see this new way of drawing. So with my manga figures, I have the feeling that I can somehow draw what I want, so faces and different emotions and some poses. And suddenly I couldn't draw anything, everything looked like crap. I needed hours to even finish one single drawing, and on top of that I didn't even like the end result. But thanks to my motivation to get better, I just continued to draw. And finally I got to a point where I didn't feel like crying anymore after I finished the drawing. So this is basically the only real tip I can give you here in this video. Just continue to draw, just keep going and practicing, and if something looks off, then work on that specifically, and eventually you will get to a point where you like your art. I really believe that. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you found it helpful, then you can give the video a thumbs up. This would be really amazing. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!